Does Auburn have one of the best players in the country at their position? Jake Thornton thinks so.
In the world full of podcasts, he's the undisputed heavyweight champion of hot takes, an Auburn sports homer, master of the boog, and message board legend. Get your buttons buttoned and your hats flattened because the Top Button Podcast is about to kick off. And you don't want to miss your courtside seat. Now, here's your host, Charlie 5.
Yes, sir. We're back. It's another episode of the Top Button Podcast. I'm your host, Kyle Rush, a.k.a. Charlie 5, and we are ready to get after it. Is Connor Lew the best center in college football? Jake Thornton certainly thinks so, and he's been consistent with that for the last 2 years. We break that down, and we talk about someone that could be right back behind him whenever Connor Lew finishes his career at Auburn. Maybe not ever take a drop-off after he leaves. Demarcus Riddick is back. He's fully healthy. And then a comment that DJ Durkin made about Jaycee Crawford that I think is so very important, especially for DBs that you don't see a ton. We're going to get into that all in just a second. But before we do that, let's give a quick shout out to Rowback.com. Use coupon code BARN20 to take 20% off your order. Get some of that Auburn licensed apparel. They still got some of the stuff from last year, and then they got like 3 or 4 new items for this year. Got a polo, a hoodie, a pullover. Love their stuff. Feels good, looks good, and you can save big. Use the coupon code BARN20, take 20% off your order, and be styling. So show them some love. It's rowback.com. Jake Thornton speaks to the media, and I tell you what, find somebody that loves you like Jake Thornton loves Connor Lew. Doubles down. Connor Lew's the best center in college football. I think we got the best center in college football. I felt that way for a while now, says Jake Thornton. Look, I'm not going to sit here and pretend like Connor Lew hasn't gotten any love, okay? When we talk about the offensive line, he's in the conversation. When we talk about the offensive line having success, he's right up there at the top of the line as far as reasons why. But let's face it, it doesn't matter at what level we're talking about. Centers don't quite get the adoration, recognition in reality that your tackles get. Xavier Chaplin's been the talk of camp. Mason Murphy even has been the talk of camp. And Connor Lew just goes to work every day and dominates. It's like something that it's like someone that you're going to go out there and you don't even remember him because he never screws up. He understands the game, and he's just a massive bonus for this offensive line. He's a huge leader. He's better. The mental aspect, he's got it. He's able to understand when he needs to change the change the protections. It's not even that hard to say. He understands when to change protections. He's able to pick up blitzes, identify things that normally, your average guy may not pick up. You just put him out there and you can dump a whole lot on him and understand that it's going to be taken care of. Communication along the lines, the guys just kind of look to him to make sure they're doing the right thing. And I think that's one of those huge sigh of reliefs you can breathe as an offensive coordinator, as a play caller, to know that you got the center of that offensive line completely locked down, and you don't have to worry about it. It doesn't matter if, it's a tight game. It doesn't matter if it's you're behind and you got to come back. He's just been a constant person, a constant force to just lean on. And sometimes, I'm not going to pretend like he doesn't get recognized, but sometimes I think maybe even though he's recognized, maybe underappreciated as far as how valuable he is to this offensive line. He was rated as, I think has been some NFL draft projections as like their number 1 interior lineman. I think PFF had him in the top 5 returning interior lineman. He's going to get a ton of love. I think they like how Even at his size, he can still move. He's still quick. Love having him. And here's a cool thing, too. He may or may not go to the NFL. He may be a 4-year guy. Okay. He doesn't strike me as somebody who's ready to jump. Like he's just waiting. Please let me just get this last year in. I'm ready to jump. He very well could be here for 4 years. He very well could play his way into the high end of the second round, which is about as high as you can get for an interior offensive lineman for a center, regardless if it's this year or if it's next year. The cool thing is I think the heir apparent is on campus, and he's getting just as much recognition and just as much love and as Connor Lew, and that's Cale Ellis. You know, Cale Ellis was a high 4-star guy that was going to be in this class, the 2026 class. He probably would have been one of the higher rated players in this particular class. But he, like Omar Mabson, wanted to go ahead and get it done, get here early, reclassify. And the second he stepped on campus, he's come to work. He's come to work, and I think everybody was sort of shocked at how physically ready he is, like right off the bat. I mean, not saying he's going to be your backup center this year, but down the line, this guy's going to step in, and he is going to be another force right there behind Connor Lew. Jake Thornton has done a fantastic job since he's been here. The offensive line deal, I don't think you can fully grasp how poor Auburn was just from a roster as a whole at the offensive line whenever Hugh and this staff took over. And I know that there's been some struggles. Sure. I can't deny that. But what they've slowly started to build into year 3, the product that they're going to be able to put out on the field this year, I think is going to be something that is going to allow Auburn on offense to do a lot of things that they haven't been able to do the last 4 years. I mean, you could go back as far as you really want, but the cool thing is you can see sort of the blueprint. You can see the map as far as how this thing progresses even after this year. You can see a lot of those young guys where they might fit in as dudes exit, as dudes go to the NFL, as dudes graduate. Connor Lew is a rock star, and I think we have another young rock star coming in right behind him whenever Connor Lew's time at Auburn is up. So just another testament to the talent, overall talent on this roster. Don't forget about Connor Lew. Don't take Connor Lew for granted. That calming presence in the middle of the offensive line, we're going to need that when we're in Norman, Oklahoma for the first time. We're going to need that. Hey, we're going to need that in Waco. It's probably going to get pretty rowdy there. I mean, early on, not too high, not too low. You're going to need that calming force there to kind of keep everybody in check, somebody they can look to as an example. And I just want Connor Lew to get all the recognition that he deserves. So another big news, I say it's news, another big item we want to discuss, a big-time player's back from, I don't even really want to call it injury, just being banged up and missing a little bit of fall camp and how important he is. We'll get to that right after this. The very first day of practice, one of the guys that you could just look out there and you know he's just different, jumps off the page, was Demarcus Riddick. And then you heard essentially nothing for like the next 2 weeks. I don't exactly know the injury, and I don't even know that we may even classify it as an injury. Just maybe precautionary holding out, similar to like Keldrick Falk when he missed a couple of days. Several other guys have put on the yellow jersey for just a day or two, sort of load management / no reason to push it. Demarcus Riddick is back full speed. He's been back for the last couple of practices, and I think everybody can kind of maybe, I don't want to say breathe a sigh of relief because there was really no worry that he was going to miss significant time. I just think you get nervous when you don't hear a superstar's name, a potential superstar's name essentially at all for a couple of weeks during fall camp. And DJ Durkin said, no, he's back. He's full speed, and he's ready to go. I did a show. I can't remember exactly who it was with, but we were talking about, I think it was my buddy Bryce Tillman. I need to check out his podcast, The Common Fan, if you get a chance. We were talking about guys that we thought were the most important players on the roster this coming up season. And not just who's the best players, but most important, okay? And my number one, maybe it was not my number one, he was in my top 5, was Demarcus Riddick. And this is why, okay? The defense, when he was on the field last year, changed. I think it started at that Oklahoma game. The defense was just completely different when you can take his physical attributes, when you can take his measurables, when you can take his skill set and get him on the field and get him after the ball, get him after the quarterback, whether it's contain, whether it's pass rush. But there were limits to what he could do last year. He was not a full-time player. He was a very, very much so a gadget-type player last year. Auburn needs him to take that impact as a gadget guy from last year and he'd be a full-time linebacker on this roster this year, on this defense this year. The linebacker room is a room that, again, if you had to put a question mark on any room, that's going to be one that you turn to just because of the unknown. But there is nobody in that room. There's not many guys on the roster, period, offense or defense, that bring the versatility of athleticism that Demarcus Riddick brings. Just period. Okay? So if he can unlock that, it's like he becomes a superhero. He realizes his superpowers, okay? If he realizes what he can do on the field and can turn it into a full-time role, what limits are there? He can pass rush any down. I mean, he can really be a Harold Perkins type guy. Honestly, like just a see ball, get ball. I can cover sideline to sideline. I can jump out and cover a slot receiver if I need to. Do whatever I got to do. There are no limits. I'm fast enough. I'm big enough. Now I'm strong enough. I'm long enough. All of it. Healthy Demarcus Riddick is a scary Demarcus Riddick. And a sophomore Demarcus Riddick may be even scarier. A guy that's been in the system for another year. And him being back at practice at full speed is big because Auburn needs that guy badly. DJ Durkin needs that guy badly because he is a game changer. He can be a game changer. He could be one of those household names. I really believe that. Those they always do those Freak of the Week segments on like ESPN or SEC Network. I don't know exactly. I can't remember exactly. I think Tebow does it, doesn't he? Yeah, Tebow does Freak of the Week or something like that. Demarcus Riddick it just embodies that, the Freak of the Week, because he is a freakish athlete. So very, very good to get him back. Very, very good to get him healthy and get him back in the rotation. Even if it was just precautionary and taking a few days off, wearing that yellow jersey, he still needs as many reps as possible. So exciting to get him back full speed. Last thing, DJ Durkin made a comment about Jaycee Crawford that I don't think is going to get talked about enough because it's very, very important. And what he said was, when the ball is in the air, Jaycee Crawford has no fear. Jaycee Crawford doesn't get scared when the ball is in the air. There are so many things you can be good at corner. But if you don't have ball skills, you're always going to be limited. You can be the best guy at jamming a wide receiver at the line of scrimmage. You may never let a guy get off the line of scrimmage. Very rarely. You may be one of the best students of the game. You may be one of the best open field tacklers. Oh, running back, don't pop one out here. It's going to be one hit or quitter, you down, okay? You may be one of the strongest defensive backs. You may be one of the longest defensive backs. But if that ball gets up in the air and you sort of lose yourself, okay, you don't have the ability to track it, or the moment gets a little bit big, you're toast. You can have all those other attributes. You can be elite at everything else I just talked about. If you panic when the ball's in the air, you're toast. And that is one thing from the moment he stepped on campus, you could see. Ball skills, being able to move your body, track a ball in the air, and know when to jump, know when to throttle down, know when to speed up, and then on top of it, understand where that wide receiver is at the same time. That is ball skills. That's NFL level stuff right there. And Jaycee Crawford, since the minute he stepped on campus, he's had zero fear. He's had zero fear in any of those things that I've mentioned. He'll tackle anybody, anywhere. He'll get up in anybody's face. He'll let you know about it. But when it's time to put your money where your mouth is and you got to go up and make a play, there's nobody on the team that we have on our roster that I want going up in a 50-50 situation, on a big play situation. There's nobody on the team I want going up than Jaycee Crawford with a wide receiver. He's fearless, man. That is such an underrated and underappreciated. That's been a theme of the show. Unappreciated skill set. It's unappreciated for wide receivers. People think it's easy. You just run out there and catch a ball. Man, when that ball's in the air, your head's bobbing. There's the sun you got to take into account. There's all kinds of things. Flipping your hips and being able to change direction. Like, there's all kinds of things that you have to do when that ball's in the air. And if you flinch 1 second, it could be a touchdown. Jaycee Crawford is fearless when the ball is in the air. And that's one of the reasons that makes him so good. And so honestly, I think he's probably feared, respected. That's why he's one of the better defenders. I think that's going to be in the SEC. That's why those dadgum wide receiver on DB drills is like watching Monday Night Raw, just UFC fights, basically. I mean, you're talking just going up and banging. It's physical. And he's going to give it to you. You better, you know, when you step up there, he's going to give it to you. So the more we talk about this freaking roster, man, it's like dude after dude after dude. It really is. You hear new things here, you hear new things there that get you more excited as the year comes on. And I just think Auburn's got some players, man, in key positions that are going to make it really hard not to be really good this year, not to have a fun season on both sides of the ball. I mean, you ain't got anywhere else to point but coaching if you can't get this done. And all three of these guys that I mentioned tonight are going to play a huge role. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know what you think about Connor Lew. Show me some Connor Lew love. Demarcus Riddick, does he make the first turn? Does he create the first turnover this year? It's going to be darting in on a pitch or something out of the backfield and just bust a running back right in the mouth. Or does Jaycee Crawford just emasculate someone and turn it into an interception? Durkin said, hey, we're preaching takeaways this year. That's going to be the focus, is takeaways. Who's going to have the first takeaway this year? Let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know if you're as excited as I am. As every day goes by, are you getting more and more excited? Because I'm getting there. I'm there. I mean, I'm not getting there. I'm there. Guys, thanks for listening. We'll be back again soon. It's another episode of the Top Button Podcast. Stay buttoned.
Thanks for listening, and drive home safely.